Identifying
The king of cakes. Chopper for the win.
G'day guys, welcome back to Cakes by Chopper. Today we have the Mortal Kombat Dragon logo.
Fight!
You're going to start with leveling off your cakes. I had two round cakes that had got the same size as the printout, and it doesn't matter what kind you have as long as there's two, because we're going to stack these on top of each other and fill them with a delicious center. Ice over both cakes, and then you're going to pipe on a border around the edge and a little piece in the middle, ready for the strawberry coulis to go in the center.
Tasty!
The recipe for the strawberry coulis is in the description below. Now you're going to take some yellow buttercream and put a circle of that in the middle of the cake, and then go around that with some orange, just creating a ring around the edge, and then we're going to give a crumb coat with red, which is going to come up over the top, and we're going to mix that to give it a fiery look. Making sure when you crumb coat the side here, you're filling in those gaps where the blue is. I used the blue because I wanted something to represent Sub-Zero, and the fire represents the Scorpion, and it's also the backing for the logo. Once you're happy with that, pop it in the fridge. Now the reason I'm doing a Mortal Kombat cake is the new Mortal Kombat Legacy series has come out. I absolutely love the first one. Click the annotations above to check out the Season 2 of Mortal Kombat Legacy here on YouTube. It is incredible. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you will love it. Okay, you're going to roll out some black fondant, and I found it easy to measure the height of the cake and then roll it out and trim it off, and then wrap it around just like this and trim the edge there, pushing it in to match up where I started. The next step is to roll out some white fondant, about 1/4 inch thick. Place your dragon logo on top, then using a sculpting tool or a sharp knife, cut around the edges. Take your time with this and just do it in little pieces, and you'll save yourself a lot of cleanup work, because we're going to leave the dragon just like this, give it some detail on the top and brush it with food coloring to give it its color. So you want to just make sure you get it exactly how you want it to sit on top of the cake. Now here's a tip for when you're marking out the dragon's detailing. You're going to cut the logo where the lines are, place it on top, mark out where they go, and just lift them, and it gives you the right spacing, and you've sort of got these little preliminary lines of what to follow. Then go through and add in all the finer details. I find it really easy to have the template right next to me so I don't put any wrong lines. Something as simple as missing a line or not having it all there can really change the look of it. Be sure to make his eyes an actual hole so the yellow can come through from the top of the cake. And don't forget his tongue like I did. Unfortunately, I just skipped this step. I don't know how or why it just happened. Okay, give it a generous coat of black liquid food dye. And also go around the edges, because you don't want the white rim showing up through the cake. It'll just look unfinished. Once he's done, pop him in the freezer. Now I used a bit of cord here to measure the circumference of the cake, and then roll out some red in that length. Trim off the bottom, because we're going to wrap this around the black. This is going to become the fire, so you do the yellow and the red, making sure they're the same length. Now I just cut triangles out of one side, then I place it on top of the red, and then use the brush and the sculpting tool to manipulate these triangles that are left into fire. And the brush has just got a little bit of water on the bottom, so it makes it stick. Then once again, cut out the triangles so the fire looks the same as the yellow. Then we're going to complete the same technique as putting on the black fondant, but we're going to grab a wet paper towel and moisten the black fondant before we do this fire. Start from the same seam that you did before, wrap it around, trim off any excess, sing lightly around the side. You want to make sure it's all attached. Then with these little extra offcuts, you can create little fire wisps above that fills in any gap that you think you'll need. For the top of the cake, we're going to cut out these little rectangle tiles and place them around the edge. Then you're going to get some black food dye and go across the top of them and paint them. You can manipulate them to be all close together and look all neat when you've got the black dye going on top. Then you are ready to place on your dragon. I just took it out of the freezer, removed the baking paper from the back and placed it on top, and then use your brush to position it where you need it and just push it down into the icing. Putting a little bit of water around the bottom. You also make some grey tiles the exact same way you made the white ones. I just used a little bit of black and white and made it a marble effect. Cut them out and place them around the bottom of the cake. And there you go, you have your Mortal Kombat cake. Don't forget to check out the Season 2 of Mortal Kombat Legacy here on YouTube. Now, as any combat fan would know, there's one thing left to do.
Finish him.
I'm sure you guys will agree this bleeding effect looks amazing. If you like this video, please subscribe.
Fatality.
Thanks for checking out my Mortal Kombat cake. There's a new cake every Friday and an easy cake on Tuesdays. In the meantime, check out some of my other cakes that I've already done. Thanks for watching.